1981, a rap song hit #1 on the Billboard charts, but it wasn't by Grandmaster Flash or the Sugar Hill Gang. It was by Blondie, a new wave band fronted by Debbie Harry, rapping about Fab Five Freddy, eating cars, and a man from Mars. It's strange, it's bold, and it kinda works, until it really doesn't. This is the story of Rapture, the first #1 song to feature rap vocals, a tribute to a culture most of America hadn't heard of yet, delivered through a track that blends disco, new wave, and a surreal spoken word finale. I'm Sean, and this is A Closer Listen. When Blondie released Rapture in 1981, the landscape of American popular music was in transition. The disco backlash was underway after years of dance floor domination, while punk and new wave acts were gaining mainstream attention. Hip-hop was still regional. Although Rapper's Delight by the Sugar Hill Gang had made an impact in 1979, rap hadn't broken into national radio or the Billboard charts widely. Most Americans outside of New York City had never heard of a proper rap performance. Blondie, known for genre hopping, from punk to disco to pop, were paying close attention. Lead singer Debbie Harry and band guitarist Chris Stein, her longtime boyfriend and creative partner, frequented downtown clubs and parties where early hip-hop was emerging. They were fans of artists like Grandmaster Flash and Fab Five Freddy, names that most of Americans wouldn't recognize for years. When Rapture was recorded for Blondie's album Auto-American, it became a cultural time capsule, where the downtown art scene, hip-hop culture, and pop music collided intentionally. For most listeners in 1981, the rap within Rapture came out of nowhere. After 2 verses in Blondie's familiar new wave style, the music shifts, and Debbie Harry begins rapping. Not singing in rhythm, but rapping, with rhyme couplets and spoken cadence. This was a deliberate nod to New York's hip-hop scene that Harry and Stein followed firsthand. They had attended early parties by DJ Kool Herc and Africa Bambaataa, and befriended Fab Five Freddy, who is name-checked in the lyrics.
Fab Five Freddy told me everybody's fly. DJ spinning, I said, my, flash.
Musically, it's unlike modern rap. The verses are quirky and loosely structured. Debbie later said she wasn't trying to compete with rappers, but was imitating the style as best as she could. Though it may sound strange today, Rapture became the first song featuring rap vocals to hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, giving millions their first exposure to rap and opening space for the genre's growth. In the late 1970s, New York's downtown scene was a creative collision of punk, new wave, visual art, and early hip-hop. Blondie's roots were in places like CBGB, but they weren't boxed in by punk. Debbie Harry and Chris Stein were also regulars at venues like the Mud Club, where they met Fab Five Freddy. Chris Stein was more than just Blondie's guitarist. He co-hosted the public access TV show TV Party with Glenn O'Brien from 1978 to 1982. Stein appeared on camera along a rotating cast of artists, downtown eccentrics, and future hip-hop icons. Fab Five Freddy and Jean-Michel Basquiat both appeared on the show, and that early exposure wasn't just observational, it was participatory. Debbie and Chris weren't outsiders, they were embedded in the scene. When Debbie name-drops Freddy in Rapture, it's a genuine nod to someone they knew from the same cultural circuit that birthed punk and hip-hop. TV Party helped incubate that blend, making Blondie's crossover less appropriation and more of an extension of their surroundings. Rapture remains a unique and sometimes polarizing piece of music history. Debbie Harry's rap may sound unconventional today, but the song helped open a door for hip-hop to enter mainstream pop culture. Blondie's connection to the hip-hop scene gave Rapture authenticity, but also sparked discussion about cultural appropriation and the complex relationship between early rap artists and mainstream pop acts. Fab Five Freddy has praised Blondie's role in introducing hip-hop culture to a wider audience, even if imperfectly. The song's blend of disco, new wave, and rap foreshadowed future genre-crossing collaborations, like Run DMC and Aerosmith's Walk This Way, which further broke down barriers between hip-hop and rock. Though Rapture may sound dated or awkward now, its influence is clear. It helped pave the way for rap's growth in popular music, and showed that different musical worlds could collide, and sometimes even work. In 1981, Debbie Harry rapped. America blinked, and then the music world changed direction. Rapture wasn't the future of rap, but it cracked open a door, even if it didn't fully know what it was stepping into. If you enjoyed this closer listen, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more stories from the strange corners of pop music history. Drop a comment below. What do you think of Rapture? Visionary, awkward, or both at the same time? And as always, be in the moment.
Cadillacs.